to another video from Ignay. Today we're going to get into how to maximize your creature remains, spores, and kiwi honeydew throughout the week so that you will have enough to do what you want, or at least get the most that you possibly can out of the week. But before we go into that, as always, I'll keep it short. This video is sponsored by Aptoid. We're using my code and going to the link that is on the screen. You can get anywhere from 5 to 40% off all in-game purchases. That link will be down in the description below, as well as a link to a video explaining how exactly to get this great opportunity. Alright, so let's jump right into it. So we'll start with the one that everybody has the hardest time getting, creature remains. Creature remains are a little more difficult to obtain than spores or kiwi honeydew, but we'll go into that. So we'll go into the minor ways to be able to get creature remains. Now when you're hunting, there is usually on like groundhogs, that's where you get the most of your creature remains, as you can see in the hunt rewards in 8 right there. When you're not on island, also hunting bugs occasionally will give you 1 creature remain. That's not a very good way to get the creature remains, so I wouldn't count on that as being the best way. Now, a couple of the other ways, and this is actually a pack that I do suggest buying every week, is if you come into benefits, go to Warzone Supply. This creature remain supply gives you 4,200 within a 7-day period. So that helps a lot with really jumping over the edge. But that is a pay-to-win way that you'd have to do. Plus your strongest exclusive will give you another 50 per day. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, the absolute best way for creature remains is the strongest war zone. From doing all your 9 shells, you get creature remains for every shell. But to be able to maximize that, what you want to do is to make sure that you go in and in your evos, you go down to zone development, and you want double rewards. If you have not unlocked double rewards, that should be one of your primary things to get research-wise. So make sure you get that, because that way, obviously, you're getting double the creature remains per day. You want to be able to get your 9 shells per day. So with that, I mean, the only other thing you can really do is buy them, but honestly, the packs are so expensive, such a small amount, so I would not suggest doing that. But that's pretty much it for creature remains. Now we'll get into spores. Spores, you have a little bit more functionality or way to obtain them. Obviously, you have your usual from hunting and stuff like that. But what I do is every day I'll come over to the mutation pool, and if your mutation pool is rather upgraded, you can redeem 42 of them a day. Now, blue eggs, nobody really uses. So your blue eggs are the ones that can feed you in the most amount of fodder. So what I'll do every day is I'll come on over here, costs a little bit, but boom, that's 420 spores to get per day just doing that. So if you add that up throughout the week, that comes out to a pretty substantial amount that you can then use on special ant day. The other thing that you can do is if you have unused ants that you don't want to keep around anymore, you can go down and any of the spores that you have invested into them, you can decompose that ant and get the spores back out of it. So those are the 2 major ways to be able to get spores. Now, kiwi honeydew, that's another hard one. Again, hitting things like groundhog and such will give you, or not groundhogs, but hitting like insects and such will give you kiwi honeydew. But for the most part, it's just it's a long grind, and you also get it from all your colony actions. Every single colony action that you do will give you kiwi honeydew. So if you're hurting for kiwi honeydew, the best thing to do is to go in and spread out your colony actions and try to hit as much as you can. Because as you can see, when you scroll down, when you get that third shell on the colony action, it'll give you kiwi honeydew. 40 of the 20Ks and 40 of the 5Ks. And that pretty much is it. Unfortunately, these three resources are resources that they kind of make rather scarce in the game, unless you want to go and spend a colossal you-know-what. So I hope that this helped out a little bit, and we'll see you in the next one. Eggnay's out.